What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jorge's House of Horrors, the show where the line between the real and the ridiculous gets blurrier by the episode. I'm your host, Jorge, and today's tale has it all. A young bride, a mysterious death, a courtroom drama, and a ghost who came back from the grave to demand justice. That's right, we're diving into the only known American case in legal history where a ghost testimony helped convict a killer. This is the story of the Greenbrier Ghost. And whether you believe in spirits or not, what happened in 1897 West Virginia is undeniable and downright chilling. Let's open the case file. Our story begins in the rural town of Greenbrier County, West Virginia, in the winter of 1897. There lived a young woman named Zona Heaster, often just called Zona. She was 23, spirited, and by most accounts, a kind and cheerful woman. Zona had recently married a local blacksmith named Erasmus Stribling Trout Shue. Yeah, we're just going to call him Trout. And spoiler alert, that name's not the creepiest thing about him. The marriage raised some eyebrows. Trout was older, intense, and known to have a rough temper, but Zona insisted she was happy. Until one day, she was dead. On January 23rd, 1897, Trout sent a young boy who worked for him to the house to ask Zona if she needed anything. The boy entered the home and found Zona lying at the foot of the stairs, dead. Her body was placed in bed by the time the local doctor, Dr. George Knapp, arrived. Trout was already there, cradling her and sobbing uncontrollably. He had dressed her himself. Odd, considering that in that time and place, women usually prepared the dead for burial. Trout insisted that Zona had died of natural causes, first claiming female troubles, then childbirth. Dr. Knapp, feeling uncomfortable, gave a vague diagnosis of everlasting faint, later writing childbirth on the death certificate, even though she wasn't known to be pregnant. No autopsy was performed. The case was closed, but Zona's mother wasn't buying it. Not one bit. See, this was a mother's instinct. Zona's mother, Mary Jane Hester, never liked Trout. From the beginning, she thought something was off, and after her daughter's sudden, unexplained death, her suspicions grew. So she prayed. She begged for the truth to come out in somehow, some way. And according to Mary Jane, that's exactly what happened. Over the course of 4 nights, she said Zona's spirit visited her. The ghost appeared first as a ball of light, then as a fully formed apparition, pale and glowing. Zona told her mother that Trout was abusive, that he had a violent temper, and that he had snapped during an argument. The ghost said Trout broke her neck, then demonstrated how her head had been twisted violently, resting unnaturally. Mary Jane now believed she knew how her daughter died and who killed her. But it wasn't just a private vision. She took it to the law. Armed with her ghostly testimony, Mary Jane went to the county prosecutor, John Alfred Preston, and to his credit, he didn't laugh her out of the office. He was already hearing whispers from neighbors, people saying Trout's behavior at the funeral was a bit odd. He had hovered over the casket, insisting no one touched her head. He'd placed a high, stiff collar around her neck and a veil over her face. A little too protective, if you might think. Preston ordered Zona's body exhumed. During the autopsy, conducted in a schoolhouse no less, it was discovered that Zona's neck had indeed been broken. Her windpipe was crushed. Her neck showed finger-shaped bruises. This was no accident. Trout Shue was arrested and charged with murder. At the trial, the defense tried to portray Mary Jane as delusional, trying to discredit her with the whole ghost story thing, but the prosecutor allowed her to testify in full. Ghost story and all. And while he emphasized the physical evidence as the foundation for the charge, the story of Zona's spirit made headlines. The jury believed her. Maybe it was the mother's conviction. Maybe it was the way Trout had behaved. Or maybe, just maybe, they believed Zona really did speak from beyond the grave. He was convicted of murder and sentenced to life in prison. He died 3 years later, reportedly still protesting his innocence. Historical oddity, or was this a supernatural justice? So what really did happen here? Skeptics argue that Mary Jane noticed physical oddities during the wake. The strange collar, the way Trout avoided anyone touching the body, and pieced together a theory. The ghost story, they say, may have been a cover for what she already suspected. But here's the thing. The injuries she described before the autopsy were confirmed by medical professionals. Whether it came from motherly intuition or a midnight spirit, Mary Jane knew the truth. And it led to a murder conviction. And to this day, Greenbrier County honors the tale with a state historical marker that reads, "Interred nearby is Zona Heaster Shue. Her death in 1897 was presumed natural until her spirit appeared to her mother to describe how she was killed by her husband, the only known case in which testimony from a ghost helped convict a murderer." So, what do you think? Did Zona really return from the grave to tell her story? Or was this just one determined mother with a sharp eye and even sharper instinct? Drop your thoughts in the comments, especially if you've ever experienced something so strange it made you question the boundaries of life and death. If this story gave you chills, smash that like button, haunt that subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a case from Jorge's House of Horrors. I'm Jorge, and this is Jorge's House of Horrors.